Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them in a screen pass.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Watson now to throw. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. That time a 9-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Rosen to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play action here with Rosen. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him. 2
plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Rosen. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. And a completion to Wilson. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And it's caught by Parker. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the 1st quarter, as that's a 1st down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. We get a glance at Duke Johnson as he heads back out onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 22 carries, 107 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Third and 2, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Watson on first down. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, no time now.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They begin the drive with Williams. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. He's going to field this at the 4. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Check 41. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the play.
Now Rosen looking to throw. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, it's complete to Fuller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They give to Johnson going right. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
You ain't going nowhere. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. I hope you got your right. Take you to school.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rosen. And this will be incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Now it's Rosen, and he can't bring it in. Incomplete. He dropped it on the crossing route. 4th down now.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Watson, operating from the gun. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Give them 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13. Here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Josh Rosen and company getting set for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this 1st half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try to up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
Check 41.
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. And this is Parker, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, it's Rosen. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. 2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. And he completes it to Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Thomas has got it. Complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Rosen will throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the Back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Again, it's Williams. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here are the Texans to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Watson, he gets it to Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson, screenplay, Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the...
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Rosen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
On second down, Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On third down, Rosen. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd and a yard, Watson, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that, because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rosen to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run here with Balaj. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
From the 39, Rosen. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They run it with Balazs. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Rosen now off the bootleg. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw is Rosen. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue. Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Watson now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time. That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Returnable for Grant. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a gain of 35.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now Rosen on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Watch the run, watch the run.
But now it's Rosen looking. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now Rosen looking to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. Williams. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Now it's Rosen toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure. Yeah,
they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They struggle to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is put a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Here's Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go, baby.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. The busy night continues for Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Watson now to throw. And Thomas has it. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. So now Rosen and the Dolphins down 16-13. Just over a minute 40 to play. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Rosen to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Here's Rosen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll look to throw. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Well, going into the final play.